Hello, Gemini. It is time for your September reading. We're going to start off with an oracle card to see what the primary energy or theme is for you in September. You have Roots of Abundance. So this may be what I'm getting immediately that came to my mind is a new job, a new career. You're starting off or going in a new direction, spreading your roots. So maybe even learning new skills. But you're building something that's going to keep you stable and is very foundational for you as you're moving forward in life, as you're leveling up, as you're growing your career. And this does feel strongly focused around career because that was the first thing that popped in. This could also have to do with your home life. When I think of roots, I'm also thinking earth energy, which can be about your home. It can be about work. It can be about finances too. This is you setting that foundation, getting yourself set up with a base from which you can leap off of. So this could also be looking at new homes or maybe starting to save up for a down payment, things like that. All right, let's look at your cards. This is the transparent tarot, and it keeps confusing me for which side is up and which side is down. There we go. So we're starting off. We have the King of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Devil, and the Sun. So there are going to be a few challenges here, but it looks like you're going to get some solid advice and you're going to set yourself up for success here ultimately by the end of the month. You're going to get things going. It's going to feel good. It's going to feel right. Okay, let's get into each of the individual cards. We're starting off here with the King of Swords. Kings are a masculine energy, so I'm thinking projective, people who can direct things, advisors, CEOs of the company, leaders. And swords are about communication and information. So this is somebody who is very good at planning. They know the logic, the facts, the figures, the numbers. That might be all they're interested in. They don't care how you feel about things. And they're not kind of laid back. They're more of a high energy, again, very directive kind of energy. So if you go to them for advice, and it feels like this could be a financial advisor or a life planner in some way, but they're going to give very practical advice. They're going to give you a plan or help you come up with a plan, probably plan A, B, and C. Ask them questions. They appreciate questions. So if you have doubts about something, ask, get clarity. They may get into the weeds a bit. They may get overly detailed. Take notes or ask them if they can give it to you in writing. They're going to give you a lot of information that you can use, and they're going to help you come up with a plan for sure on how to move forward on this, on what to do, on where and how to plant those roots so that you can build up and save for the future, build something better for yourself, something that's going to help you prosper one way or another into the future. And then we have the Five of Swords. Fives in general are about challenges. So here we have something where maybe you're having an internal conflict on what to do. Maybe you're having an argument with somebody else about what to do and what your plans may be for the future. There's going to be something, or there's going to maybe be some miscommunication. This is again where you do need to ask questions, and you also need to find some compromise. This is not where you want to win the argument at all costs, because then everybody loses. So you need to listen to understand, not listen to respond. And it feels like some of you just need to know that, be aware of that, or have that prompt for you in case you have this. You don't ultimately have to agree on exactly what to do, but it feels like there needs to be some compromise here. Or at least some sort of understanding needs to be reached to avoid future conflict, to avoid resentment and things like that in the future. Maybe even to avoid an I told you so. So listen in here and try to understand what the other person is really saying, because it could be that their opinion or what they're thinking of may trigger something in yourself that, while you don't not exactly agree with them, gives you something else to go back and ask this person about and get clarity on it before you sign anything or before you proceed further. And then we have the Four of Cups. Cups are about our emotions, and the Four of Cups is typically things are fine, things are stable, but you're not you're not really satisfied with things as they are. You're not quite content. There's an underlying discontent, I guess I would say. And I think this is the driving cause of this root of abundance. Because maybe you're feeling stuck and you know you need to change things in order to set yourself up for better success, for bigger successes in the future. And this is where there may be some options that come up. This may not all necessarily always be about work. It might not be just about the money or the finances or this plan for growing your career. There's an emotional aspect to this. And the change you can make with that has nothing to do with finances or anything else. This is where you need to look to your partner or your friends or something else. You need to do something new that you enjoy. You need to bring some sort of a sense of play in here. So you need to change things up, because you can keep looking at, yeah, things are fine, they're okay. Maybe what you need to do is paint your room a brighter color or rearrange the furniture. Do something out of the ordinary for you, something different than you typically do. And that might add a little bit of a fresh feeling and get you a little bit more excited about where you're at now and what you have to work with. Because something as simple as that, maybe what you do is take a risk and get, what is it, the returned paint? I know there's a term for that. But you go to the hardware store and look at the paint people returned and take a chance on a color, and maybe you paint the closet or a piece of furniture, or do something again that gives you a sense of a fresh beginning or a fresh start in a way. It does not have to be drastic, but you will feel better. You will just feel better. The energy will feel a little fresher for you. And then we have the Devil card. This is another major arcana card, and this is a like self-imposed limitation, self-destruction, temptation, addiction. This is where maybe some fears and some self-doubt come in. Is this something I really can do? Does this really even make sense for me? Maybe I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. Maybe this isn't something that's meant for me. Self-sabotage is what's going on here. And this is a pattern you have been working on breaking. And part of the reason you're seeking and you've met with a professional and you are committing to this is because you have this habit of self-sabotage. But if you have a way where you can lock up the money or you can lock in the result, it's like you're putting in safety measures so that you can't slip back into this behavior here. So this may be a month or a week or a few days where you're like, oh, here I go again. What can I do to set myself up for success here? What can I do differently or in an alternate way so that when I am tempted to do this, whatever this is, or when I start to get doubt in there, what can I do to change things up? You are starting to take active steps. You are starting to recognize your patterns and actively working to change them, to improve them. So maybe you go for a run or a walk, or maybe you just go look at paint chips at the hardware store. And then you go post them up all over your house just to see, just to shake things up, just to do something different, just to distract yourself. And where you're looking toward the future and you have more of a feelings of hopes rather than doubts. You're looking at the possibilities of what could happen in the future if you continue down this path, which is going to help encourage you. It's going to bring the correct energy in and help you self-correct here. But these are limitations that you set on yourself and that you're responsible for overcoming. Doing all of this, though, We get to another major arcana card, the Sun card. This is a card of success, of happiness, of joy, vitality, movement. You're feeling good about your life. You are changing, you are setting yourself up for the future. You are changing your patterns for the better. And you're already, by the end of this month, seeing that. You can see the success you're already having. You can see the changes that are occurring, and you're feeling really good about it. Now let's see what we have on the bottom of the deck. Where's this card? Is this backward? That's not the bottom of the deck. Actually, yes, it is, because I flipped it over. So here we have, I believe this is the Emperor. So when we have this city card overlaid over your, here, I'll set it here so we can see it. The 4, which is another major arcana card. This is the Emperor. The Emperor is like the father of the tarot deck. There's protective energy. They want to make sure that you can succeed, or that you're setting yourself up to succeed, and keeping while at the same time preventing you from doing undue harm to yourself, to your life, to your future. This can be about boundaries. You need to make sure you set up some boundaries, and this feels it needs to be around yourself and your behavior, and maybe related to this, to your areas of temptation, or what you do when you're self-sabotaging. Set up some fresh new boundaries for yourself and commit to them. You know you need these boundaries, and these are for you. It doesn't feel like other people are trying to cross boundaries with you. You may be very good in setting boundaries with other people. It's with your own actions where you need the boundaries. Say, when I get to X this, then this has to go there, and I cannot do this. When I reach this limit, I need to stop. Whatever this is for you, this also feels like it have to do with time too. Maybe you get hyper focused on something so much so that you may fail to address other issues or other things that need to be handled. So you need to set up alarms or do something like that to give yourself boundaries, and you need to respect those boundaries and keep working toward that. It doesn't mean you'll immediately succeed once you set those up. It's going to be work. It's going to take progress. It's going to take time, but you will do it. You will accomplish this. Now, when I lay this over our Roots of Abundance card, and this is very much a city landscape, I don't know if there is a city or county park. So you may live in a more populated area. If there is a city park, county park, or maybe you need to go out in the country a little bit and just find some sort of trail, nature trails or something like that to walk around or through, to help ground you, to help you ground in that feeling of having roots, of setting up, of building roots where you're at. It will help with you imagining it, visualizing it, feeling it. If you can, even walk barefoot. Feel yourself, curl your toes up in the grass or the dirt or something like that, and get in touch with nature in that way. Visualize yourself rooted into the ground, rooted into your life. And that's also going to help. That type of visualization can help center you and calm you. And then let's do this film strip type thing that this person the creator of this deck kind of recommends. And I'm going to try not to be too precious about lining things up exactly. I will fight my Virgo rising tendencies. I will try. It does not have to be perfect, Tanya. Okay, so we have our little film strip here, if you will. So this is that person, that kind of overseer, the person who can give you the advice, who can help you set the plan in motion, right? Very factual, very much focused on the plan and giving directive energy toward the future to help you grow. This is interesting how this looks here. Is this part of this card? No, it just looks different when it's set up in film strip style. Interesting. So now the new feeling I have off from this 5 of Swords is you're letting go of some old beliefs or ideas, maybe feelings like you would never reach this point. This is not something you can do. You're letting go of that. And it could be that this person that you're arguing with or talking to about this, they're helping you recognize that, or may be helping you understand why you've been feeling or thinking that way. And they're helping you work past that. So again, listen to them. Try to understand they're trying to help you. They're not trying to impede you or hold you back. You may have some ideas in your head that are holding you back, and they're just helping you, trying to help you understand them. There's no malicious intent here. And then we have the Four of Cups here, where you're kind of contemplating the options and which ones feel best to you. Which ones feel like they give you a better option, a brighter chance? Which ones make you feel the best? Lean into your intuition a little bit. Maybe you have multiple things to choose from or options to select. Trust your emotions when making this decision. Which ones get you excited? Which one are you like, I mean, yeah, that would work, and it seems like it might be the most stable or logical one to do. But this other one, that one I'm really intrigued by. That one I'm really interested in. Then go for that option. That may be the option you need to choose. And try not to put limits on yourself. Try not to put yourself into a hole. That's now what I'm getting from this when we have them laid out this way. And maybe these are even some of the different options, these different chains coming up in here. These are chains, these are limitations you're imposing on yourself. And that might be part of why you need to, these beliefs or ideas here that you're working on releasing and letting go. That might be part of what this process is recognizing what those self-imposed limitations are and going through them, going past them, working your way around those and heading to success and setting yourself up and feeling good about what you've chosen, feeling excited about the future. Okay, so kind of a double reading in there. That, Gemini, is what I have for you for your month ahead for September. Please hit that like button and please hit subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.